I'm going to tell you and prove to you where you come from as a human, not the Bible. So this is where I debunk the Bible, unfortunately. Okay, so this here is transcripts of Sumerian tablets in the Oxford University on their website. Now, this isn't Sitchin, so when people say, oh, Sitchin's wrong, unfortunately, other people have translated it. So I'm just picking a particular bit here which tells us how we were thought of at the beginning. Enki, the fashioner of designs by himself, had pondered the matter and said to his mother, Namna, my mother, the creature, which is us humans, you planned will really come into existence, and we can give him work of carrying the baskets. Now, obviously, if that's an almighty being, why would he need humans to carry baskets? Unless it was Anunnaki who needed humans to carry the gold and the rocks out of the mining, which they were doing. You should need the clay. Now, that's because when they tried to use their own materials, in other words, their tech, for whatever reason, it wasn't working, so they needed to use bowls made from earth. Anyway, from the top of the Absu, which was South Africa, which is exactly where they say the first Homo sapien come from. And then they talk about Nimna here being one of them, and then they talk about the 7 other females that eventually gave birth to the first 7 males and first 7 females in the Abzu, South Africa. And then it obviously carries on. You can read all of this on their site. Now let's just have a look where we're talking about the clay, etc. What Genesis, for example, would say. And then the Lord God. Now Lord is Enki, so we're learning something now. We always knew it was Enki, and God is Elohim. So the Enki Elohim formed man from the clay of the earth and breathed life into his face and breathed life the man that came living soul. So basically you can see this is a copy of the older text, a copy. And obviously the Egyptians, also older, according to the Egyptian mythology, God Kunam created human children from clay before placing them into their mother's womb, which is exactly what this says, where they impregnated Nimna and the other women to create the children. Now, when they say children, it's because we are tiny compared to them. They were 8 to 12 foot 2 tall, so they always called us little people. So I'm going to keep watching. I'm going to do other videos on other reasons why, proof why we are from the Anunnaki. If you believe this is our true history, then move along. This video is not for you. However, if you believe that we are genetically modified from Neanderthal and aliens to create humans, then keep watching, because I've got the proof you need. So over here in the Oxford University, they've translated many of the tablets, and one of them says, Enki, the Lord of true words, I will praise you, your father and the king, the Lord who caused human seed to come forth and who placed all mankind on earth. Now, that's not an almighty being, is it, when you've got the word Enki? And also, if you look here, Enki and Nimna were trying to create the first human, and as you see here in their translations, it basically says that many of them failed for different reasons, feet broken, etc., and then eventually they got to the first one. Now, that is not an almighty being. That's why some of you are descendants of angels. Now, really, there's no such thing as an angel. There is guardian spirits. Don't get them mixed up. But an angel, the original word was actually messenger in Hebrew, and that was based off of a Greek word. Now, the Anunnaki actually did call messengers. So as you see here, this is a translation in the Oxford University, as well as Sitchin, as well as many other people's translated these ancient tablets, the oldest tablets ever in the world. And instead of naming people, the Anunnaki actually called them messengers. So a messenger is basically an angel. So next time you read the Bible or anything, replace the word angel with messenger. And that even goes for fallen angels, who were the Igigi or Igigi, and that translates to the watchers or the eye in the sky. So the Igigi came down and stole human women and had children with them, which is why some of you are descendants of angels, but not really angels, messengers. I know there's people out there that believe God is Lord and Lord is God, as well as a few other names, and I thought I'd just point out once and for all that it's not. Now, God is, translation is Elohim, which is the Anunnaki's race name. They're the people that came down and created humans and got us to mine for gold. Now, this previous part that I'm about to read talks about Enki, which was one of the sons of King Anu, who lives on Nibiru, which is their home planet. Enki was in Abzu, which is pretty much South Africa, and he was very pleased with himself that he'd just set up a whole sort of station and everything. So I'm just going to read this part out here. In a state of high delight, Enki, the king of the Abzu, rejoices in great splendor. Again, justifies praising himself. I am the Lord. I am the one whose word is reliable. So there you